This is a recording for Act 1, Scene 7 and Act 1, Scene 8. The majority of Scene 7 is covered by the choreography for Magic Foot. However, we do begin with Panch on the top of page 33 calling Mr. Barfy to the front of the stage. There's going to be a quick light change just for the one line after Rona speaks and says eliminated for health-related reasons. It's going to be a blackout with a spot on Barfay and him asking at the microphone, were there peanuts in the brownies? Because they said there wouldn't be no peanuts in the brownies. Then the lights will come back up, and just during that light switch, just everybody else should be kind of frozen in place. So that would be my blocking note for everybody. And then from there, we've got the rest of the scene just delving into the choreo for Magic Foot. Scene 8, which is the beginning of bottom of 35, where Panch calls up Miss Park. Basically, Marcy is going to come up to the front to the microphone, and we'll stay there as Panch calls a line. Rona gives a line after her spelling that says, Miss Park is all business. Just be sure that you're maintaining a very serious response to that. So you should actually be, like as the note says, genuinely surprised to hear this thought of her. You should also kind of respond in a very serious, all businessy kind of manner, which will add to the humor of that. You're then going to need to sit down and Chip, before you begin, you want to make sure after you're said your line, or your name is called, excuse me, Mr. Tolentino, you need to make sure that the laughter has died down from Marcy because you want people to hear you talking about Marigold. And you might even, just for the effect, as Marcy is finishing her line, Panch, when he's saying Mr. Tolentino, you might already be standing on the top of your cube. And I want you standing because I want everybody to see you really kind of giving your line. And so I'm going to add in a light cue there. Marigold, Marigold, Coney Bear. It's still going to be the regular lighting, but we're going to add in some reds and pinks and some different things going on with you so that we get the full effect of what's really happening. And Panch is going to repeat, Chip, Chip, Chip. And that's when the light change will come back to normal and you will look over and question whether or not it's your turn to spell. And then you might just be sort of startled off of your block, and rather than sitting back down on it, you can kind of do your blocking from, so as you're standing on here and Panch is calling to you, you might just kind of fall off the side of your block here and maybe kind of do your talking over here, using your hat or whatever to sort of cover yourself up. But that will give you the ability to be able to move from being here to being over here where you've got a better range of being seen by people. And then you can continue on with, maybe skip me now and I'd rather not say. On the I'd rather not say, I want you to have spun back around. So when you come over here, Chip, you're gonna, is it my turn to spell? Could you maybe skip me now and ask me in a row later? On a row later, I want you, as you come down here, I want you to have the hat in your hand, right? And then, why would you want to do that? I want you to kind of spin around, and it's at that point that you're going to take and have the hat in place to kind of cover you up. if that makes sense, just to give you a little bit of movement there and to really have that chance to be uncomfortable and sort of make everybody around you see and feel that level of discomfort that you're going through. Um, and then as you come forward to the microphone, you're going to want to certainly make that a very comedic approach. And again, this is all kind of that character development stuff, but just kind of for the movement, I wanted to go into that just a little bit. That's not fair. I got it right. We're now on the top of page 38. I spelled it right. Mitch, you're going to start making your way down. And as you are approaching down this way, Chip, you're kind of starting to move away. So, Mitch, you're going to have this little back and forth with Chip, just kind of trying to play the whole back and forth here, kind of catch me if you can, so to speak. And then, Chip, with this back and forth, you're going to end up back in your spot, sitting down, pretending as if everything is fine and you haven't been released and all is well. You're going to just sit down, blend right in. Mitch, that offers you, and this, the chasing is all through the Life is Pandemonium. And then Mitch, you're going to go ahead and you're going to have the stage. In Mitch's speech, everybody is frozen. That's also a light change where it will be blackout and the spotlight will be on Mitch. And then when everybody comes back to life, I'm here to give comfort. Let's go. Chip, by this point, Mitch, you're here. Let's go. Chip, you're going to make your way down. You're going to turn to look at Rona. Please, Miss Peretti, can I have one more chance? Please. And then Panch is going to go ahead and ding the bell. Let's go, kid. All right. Now, Chip, you're going to be doing your goodbye, but because of the social distancing stuff, we're going to take and we're going to have you kind of just sit down here on the edge of the stage, either here or here, wherever there's no pit person. You're going to just sit down there and kind of just hug yourself and just maybe a little rocking back and forth. You know, the goodbye stuff, the spellers are all saying their goodbyes. You might get up and wave goodbye to each speller. You might kind of give your goodbye to Panch and to Rona. You'll have room in here, Chip, where you'll be able to take and go from here to here and to your spellers, you know, to say your goodbyes before heading on out. And then Rona, as this is all happening, you're going to stand up and kind of give your speech. So, Chip, this is your big moment to kind of play up and use the stage to your advantage to help kind of push you off, but also to give Rona that chance to maybe come down here and give her a little bit of song. Which brings us to our final audience volunteer, and that's pretty straightforward. Now, when we get to the end with Mitch's song, we might want to take and just play around with that a little bit, decide what we want to do. I'd like it to be some type of like choreographed oohing and ahhing, you know, whether it be like a waving of the hands, you know, back and forth, or whether it be, you know, something where you guys are standing up on your boxes and then stepping down and just kind of doing something circular around your box. But this is very much a choreographed, very simple, basic moves to what Mitch is singing. And we can kind of look at that in person. Again, I think that's going to be just something a little bit more random that's just going to come organically as we go through and sing the song. So we're going to just leave it very basic for now. But just know that it will be something that will happen just right within your areas. Okay? And that covers it to the end of Act 1.